Hello, it's Adam here again. I want to look at some of the things that Excel can do in terms of project management, plus a few things it does which most people aren't even aware of. So in terms of project management, obviously Excel is very good at handling the tasks that you'd normally have, such as Gantt charts and tracking Gantt charts and project network diagrams. Here we've got a medium complexity work breakdown structure. As you can see, there's a number of different units, work units, and activities. One of the best things about Excel for creating this sort of a chart, well, two things really. One is the fact that you can use default shapes such that your shapes are of the same style, color, size, font, and everything like that. And the fact that you can use smart connectors, which means that if you move a box or an activity, like I'm about to do here, for example, the dependency, the arrow, stays with it and moves with it, which saves a lot of time instead of having to do that manually, especially when you get into the larger charts. To put that back, it's also quite easy to align objects in Excel. So I'm just going to align these two at the top, and then I'm going to align this one to and this one left, and then I will be left with quite a nice symmetrical professional looking diagram. So that's its project management side. Of course, you can do a lot in terms of the formulas and tracking dates and whether things are on progress and do variance analysis and bits and pieces like that. And maybe we'll take a look at that in another video at some point. You can also do geographical plotting, which is quite a great feature, a new feature in Excel. Here I've got a list of countries that bound on the Pacific Ocean, and of course New Zealand is one of those. Selecting them, I can then tell Excel that I want to find out what the population is of those countries, and it automatically looks that up online and gets it from the internet instead of me having to look up the 33 countries that are involved here. I can just say, hey, Excel, look it up for me, will you? So I'm also going to look at the area, the size of the countries. I have pre-populated a couple of formulas, so it's automatically calculated the population density. And I'm going to just throw in the GDP on top of that. So there we go. Now we've got a GDP per person. I can spice that up a little bit with this little icon here. And some of these can be animated. Here I've got rain falling on the mountains, but they can also be rotated. They're three-dimensional, and you can have anything you like in here, cars or logos or anything like that, just to jazz it up a bit. Of course, once I've got the data like this, I can then plot it geographically, and that's really simple again in Excel. Here it is. It's plotted it on a world map without me having to do anything other than say plot it on a world map. So of course we've got the heavily populated China, somewhat populated America, Canada, Australia, things like that, and the lightly populated New Zealand down here. More interesting perhaps, you can plot it on an actual globe instead of on a flat map. So here I've plotted the GDP per person and the population density on the world. I can scroll in, I can spin it around, and again, these are just for the Pacific countries, but there's a wealth of plotting that you can do and get graphical information. You can even plot it on city maps or fictional maps. You can plot it on any sort of geographical setting that you like, really. Anyway, that's just a few new things about Excel. Happy to talk to you about it, and even better, train you on how you could use this. See you next time. Bye-bye.